Welcome everyone to the Geeb podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb. With me is Host Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Drip. Tonight, we're talking about Echoes of Wisdom, dude. Echoes of Wisdom got a new trailer via Twitter the other day from Nintendo. Thank you, Nintendo, for dropping more glorious news on us for Echoes of Wisdom. And we are super excited for the news, Drip.
Dude, I honestly, I was telling you before the show, I'm just now back into reality. They dropped this yesterday morning. I watched it once. I was like, super cool. Awesome. Had a bunch of stuff going on. Didn't really watch it again. Today's my first day, like, back in reality from you leaving, going home, the weekend, whatever. I'm just kind of trying to get back into it. But I watched it like 10 times today, and it's amazing. The stuff they put in this game, this is nuts, man. I can't wait to talk about it. I can't wait to play it. I'm very excited to play it. But there's a lot. There's a whole lot to go over.
There's a lot. But before we get to the Echoes of Wisdom stuff, there's two things we want to talk about. We do want to talk about, because last week we talked about, I was live with Drip last week. Him and I were in the same room together in his room doing the show at his place. So that was super fun. We talked about all that stuff last week. But what we did not talk about was Drip's metal show that happened the night after the podcast. And we're going to talk about some of that. And, of course, Zelda. But before we do any of that, you know what we do at the beginning of podcast, Drip? Do you remember? It's been a while.
Yes,
do you remember?
I know. And we still didn't pick a winner.
Oh, fuck.
We'll get them next week. Next week.
Okay, so we're announcing again that we're delaying the picking of winner again because Drip
announcement of an announcement.
That's correct. The announcement is going to happen next week because Drip and I keep forgetting about that particular thing. We didn't forget a sponsor this week. We'll get to that sponsor in a bit. And actually, the sponsor is Moped. Guys, link in the description. Go check them out. We'll get to the full ad read in a minute. But first, we're going to... just cut it off.
Cut it off.
But first, we're going to read this week's 5-star review, and that review comes from Bonzales. I think it's like Gonzalez, but with a B. Bonzales G. Said, awesome show. I'm all in for I love Nintendo, love the show, and love y'all's energy. And a bunch of emojis. Thank you very much, Bonzales. That's this week's 5-star review. Not the winner, but might be. Who knows? Because once again, you're entered. Because we forgot once again to pick a winner. I'm gonna set a.
It's happening, man.
It's gonna happen. So if you guys have not left your reviews yet, now is your chance. Because once again, we've delayed the process. So go to Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star review and write obviously your name so we can identify you, as well as just gotta write something in the thing. It's gotta be 5 stars and you gotta write something. So these are the requirements. I'm happy to announce as well, Drip, that since we started this process. That 1-star review that we have that we won't talk about. That that flame is being fanned even farther because now we went from 4.8 out of 5 stars. Now we're at 4.9 out of 5 stars.
Hey,
so
there
fuck
you go.
That asshole in our 1-star reviews. Go fuck yourself. But for the rest of you guys are awesome.
yeah, guy.
Yeah, guy.
Jerk.
You butt.
You butt. You're a butt.
You're a butt. Speaking of butts, there's no butt this week. We know exactly what's going on with Echoes of Wisdom because Nintendo dropped 6 more minutes of a trailer. And Jesus, there is so much to go over. Drip and I wrote a lot of notes here a second ago just to go over. So, Drip, what do you want to start with Echoes of Wisdom? There's a bunch of stuff. We could just kind of start from the beginning.
You forgot
of the
a whole
trailer.
thing we were going to talk about.
Oh yeah, I did forget a whole thing we were going to talk about. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm getting back in the groove, man. Getting back in the groove.
It's okay. We can talk a little bit about this first if you want. Honestly, I'm excited to talk about this.
The metal show. We'll talk about the metal show because it's the shirt I'm wearing right now. If you guys are watching this podcast, you see this. What do you call this logo, Drip?
I don't think we had a name for it. It's a dolphin. It's a dolphin.
It's very reminiscent of the 80s Dolphins, like Miami Dolphins logo, because and you go take it from there.
Okay, well, one of the names of the songs on our album is Dan the Man Marino,
and, famous quarterback of the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, that design came from AI. Actually, that's an AI design, but it does say it has the little CGS for Castle Grayskull on the helmet and stuff in the back.
Yeah.
The back has the number 11, which is the year the album came out, 2011. Yeah, I'm fucking old. And it says Dan the Man. So yeah, it's a cool shirt.
You know what
cool
I was doing in 2011, Drip?
What?
I was not even graduating high school. I was in junior year of high school.
I was making gold records. I put my pants on just like the rest of you, one leg at a time. The difference is once they're on, I make gold records.
I was in 2011. I was in 11th grade. So that's how. Fun fact. That's so like kindergarten was 2000, 2001, first grade 2001, 2002, etc. So it's very easy for me. It's very easy for me to know like what grade I was in because I just get what year was it.
What year was it?
Yeah,
that's actually very handy.
It is.
But yeah, Geeb and Abby were here for the show. I tried to explain to Geeb what this was going to be. I tried to show him some old videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he was, yeah, all right, man, you know, whatever. Blah, blah,
whatever. Full disclosure, I don't like metal music. I've never been a fan.
Yes, Geeb doesn't like metal.
I do, but I do love, like, I love the music of metal. Like, if you just take out, and this is no offense to anyone in particular, especially your band's singer, but like, if you just take out the vocals,
fuck you, Jeremiah.
If you just take out the vocals of metal, I'm all in. Like,
you love it, yeah.
Metal's sick. I cannot stand like majority of metal bands the way they sound with their vocals. It just drives me insane. I don't like it. It ruins it for me. But let me back that up by saying at the show that night, actually hearing it live in person, in context, not off of like a iPhone footage or back. I guess what was even iPhone back then. When
I'm telling you, man, some of that stuff, yeah, like recordings back then.
Razor,
you gotta remember, yeah,
Motorola
12
Razor
years ago, yeah. But yeah, it looks like a Motorola Razor was recording this.
Like the
shit.
footage of your band in particular doesn't do it justice, and listening to your guys' music in context in show was incredible. It was like one of them. It was definitely the most fun thing I've done this year. I can't think of anything.
Wow,
any one particular event, like one thing I've done, one thing I went to there's nothing more fun than that. That was just so much fun.
Well,
like,
that's amazing to hear. All
the people that were there were so nice, were so awesome. Like, and if you guys have, I didn't, but if you guys have like negative connotations of like metal fans, because I know when I told my mom I was going to a metal show, she looked at me like I'm like, it's gonna be fine, Mom. And then we of course we went there. Everybody's so fun and nice and great. It was a ton of fun. People were great to meet. Met a couple of you guys. I met your buddy Sheets.
Yes, Sheets was there.
I met Dude's a Monster.
You did.
Dude's a Monster.
Yes.
I forgot to take a fucking picture with the guy, but I wish I did.
Yeah, he was at our booth with us. He sat at our booth with us for a while. Yeah, it was a good time.
It was a great time. And who else? I met your guitar player. I don't remember his name. What was that gentleman's name?
Which one?
Your guitar player. You have multiple guitars?
There's several of them.
I don't know. He got muscles.
Cody. Yeah, Cody.
Yeah, we were talking about at the table for a while. Like,
yeah,
it was loud. It was very loud at this.
Yeah, it was very loud. But yeah, the show was pretty fun. It was good. It
was a great time.
I had fun playing. I was tired. Gee.
Hey. Do I have that button? Wait, I'm gonna press this. Is this gonna be the right button? I don't know. No, it's not the right button. I don't have that sound on my soundboard.
Okay, good. We don't need it. I'm tired. Okay, I can just say it.
Wait,
I was very tired. Like, holy shit. I haven't done that in, like I said, like 12 years. I was dying. I was absolutely dying. But it did end up pretty good. And if anybody wants to see the set, someone actually recorded the full thing. It is on YouTube. I don't have a link to it at the moment. But
we'll put that up on the podcast feed. We'll put it up on social media as well.
Yeah,
people.
Actually, I think I did send it to Megaboy. I think I sent it to his... I think I texted it to him. So, Megaboy, if you're in here, if you could throw it in the chat, that'd be cool.
I think it's on our Discord as well. So, but we'll share for those in the future.
Yeah, it was fun, though. It was a great time. I can't wait. We got another show, same place in December. We're going to go ahead and... We weren't even supposed to play this one. This was just because of certain circumstances. We decided to go ahead and play it.
Yeah.
Our first show back is supposed to be in December. That's what we're keeping as our next show. So we got a lot of work to do. I've been down to the skate park.
I saw that video in Discord, dude.
Yeah, dude, listen, I'm trying to get back. I got to get in shape. I got to be able to at least last for a set. That was a 25-minute set, and I'm telling you, by the end of it, I thought I was going to die. I think our singer actually did die, and someone resurrected him in the back room because, dude, that guy was dead. Did you seriously just put that up there? What the fuck?
I sure did. Everyone watching the show can see it. You guys can hear Drip skating. And by the way, I've totally forgot that you're a skater, rollerblade skater, not a skateboard.
Yeah.
So like, I saw the video, I'm like, wait, what the fuck is he wearing? Oh, rollerblades, right? Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
You're the rollerblade guy. It's fucking awesome, dude. It was a sick move you did there. What do you call that?
Thanks. That is a soul grind.
A soul grind. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a boring adult. Like, I think the cool things I can do now from my childhood is like still play sport. I could probably still play some baseball. Like, if you see me out there, I can.
You got owned in basketball when you were here. Oh my God!
Stop telling people are gonna think that you're telling the truth. People are gonna think that actually happened, that you actually beat me, and
Dude,
that did not happen.
I schooled him, people. Let me tell you, it was insane.
Happen.
Wow, it was insane. What a beatdown it was. Woo.
I'm going to come up with something, a lie to tell them that you're not going to like, and you're not going to like it.
Okay.
Once I think of it, I'm going to go with it like it's
okay. Well,
God's
Power Man
gospel
believes
too.
it, and it's true. Just believe it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the show was awesome.
Yeah.
For those of you local who came, thank you. That was amazing. That was really fun. I know my band has got just a new fire under their ass because of it, and everybody's on cloud nine because it was really good.
You guys should
really,
be.
really
you
good.
guys should be. You did a hell of a show that night. It was
Thank
awesome.
you. It was a lot of fun. Can't wait to do it again in December.
Yep. And just I'll say my piece too. Like, and those of you who came and said hi to me, that was very nice of you. Very kind. Very love you guys. Appreciate nice meeting some of you. It was a lot of fun, and especially dude. That was so much fun to meet him. I was not expecting that. Although I should have remembered that he said he was coming, but I forgot. And also, dude in the mosh pit. Let's talk one more. This is the last thing we'll talk about. Then we'll move on to Zelda. But dude, I saw dude in the fucking mosh pit, man. And like, I reckon he had his hat off, but I'm like, wait, that big boy in the mosh, that's fucking dude right there. Yeah. And dude's like not a tall guy. Like we're the same height. Like, dude and I are like,
he's about your height.
Yeah, we're about the same height. And but dude's meaty. Like I'm a big boy, but like dude's bigger than I am. Like, and I'm talking
he's a meaty boy.
I'm talking muscle. Like dude is built. And that
watching
that bowling ball in the mosh pit was just incredible. Like, he was right in there because there's some lanky, skinny, tall guys in there too, and he's just like a bowling ball, like the pinball in the pinball machine rolling around the mosh pit. It was awesome to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I like from the stage you can only see like 2 to 3 rows out.
Yeah,
but every once in a while I could see arms flying through and people flying up. I was like, man, this place is about to just explode, right? This place might just catch on fire right now. It was crazy. It was good, though. It was great.
So speaking of catching on fire, Zelda is just catching on fire. It's on fire.
Dude,
it's currently on fire. And everybody is eagerly awaiting what is the game called? Echoes of Wisdom.
It's called Echoes of Wisdom.
That's right. Everyone's eagerly awaiting Echoes of Wisdom, and including Drip and I. We couldn't be more excited to see it, just play it. And we saw that trailer, and we're going to go down from like top to bottom what we saw from notes we wrote earlier, starting with the map. Drip. We got a better idea of the map of the game.
It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's massive. Okay, yeah, I do want to talk about that because you don't get to see it all. But you do get to see a shot of the map where a bunch of it's still covered up. You know how they do with these 2D games?
Yeah.
That cover them up so you can't see. It's huge. It's going to be very big. And not only, I mean, when you look at like the last time they used this art style, you just think Link's Awakening. And that map's not massive. It's not big.
Right.
It's fairly small. But you can just tell by all the extra places, because I know we've already talked about this. This map is based off of the help me out, the Super Nintendo Zelda game,
Link to the Past.
Link to the Past. This map is based off that, but it's clearly expanded a ton, way more than we thought. I think because even the desert looks massive. There's a lot of other stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that reminds me of a couple other newer Zelda games. We're going to talk about that later, but just the map it's massive. There's a lot more going on here than I originally thought we were going to see.
Yeah,
because my just seeing what we saw from the first one, knowing that it's based off of that map, I'm like, okay, I know what size that is. It's not going to be huge, but this is clearly much bigger.
So let's talk about Drip. We'll move down slightly in the list. Let's talk about the regions and the areas, the villages and stuff in the game that we saw in there. I know we
didn't see them all.
No, we didn't. But we saw the Elden region. What was it called?
And Faron Wetlands.
So the Faron Wetlands, Elden region, and we also saw Kakariko Village for a brief second.
Yes, which is, they said, right below the mountain, which is like the same as it is in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It seems like they're just kind of taking like little things from each game and just this is going to be cool, man. Like,
I feel like
I'm telling you, this really is going to be the best 2D Zelda ever. This is going to be great. This is what they've shown already.
The last time we talked about Echoes of Wisdom, we titled our show, could Echoes of Wisdom be the best Zelda game ever? Not 2D, best Zelda game. And honestly, I think Drip and I both kind of wrote that title with a little bit of tongue on cheek. Just like, yeah, it's not actually going to be the best Zelda game ever. But it's going to be a good game. And I don't think now, I think it's going to be the best Zelda game ever. But
I don't either.
But I mean, hands down, it's going to be the best 2D. I think, no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, this is crazy.
Honestly,
we've not seen anything like this in 2D Zelda. Nothing close to this.
On my personal list, this one might be close to the top. And that's that's not too surprising. But like my favorite current 2D Zelda is like number 3 on my list, and that'd be A Link Between Worlds. And honestly, I'm looking at this game thinking this game could beat Link Between Worlds. It really could. It's so expansive, so vast. And let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about the Gerudo Desert weather, because that's the note you told me to write.
And I want to talk about that too, because let me just say, I want to, I don't want to sound like we're, tooting our own horns here, but beep beep, because we said a lot of shit the last time we talked about this game. We made a lot of predictions of what was going to be here, what wasn't going to be here. We were right about I'm going to say close to 99% of what we said is basically here.
Yeah. If you go back and watch the last time we talked about Echoes of Wisdom, a lot of the stuff we said is coming true, and more to probably come.
Yeah. Well, and one of them, which we've already gone over, the regions.
Yes.
And one of them we didn't see, because I said, and I guarantee it's going to be that now, the Hebra Mountains.
Yep.
Because they are naming stuff after the stuff from Breath of the Wild. Yes. It's named in the Elden region. We've got the Faron Woods. The Hebra Mountain, that's what the snowy place is going to be for sure. Yeah. There's no question.
Yeah.
So we got that right. But now we're into this whole weather thing. We talked about this too. If there was going to be different weather. And it looks like we are seeing right now, at least in the desert area, there is going to be weather. I don't know if there's going to be like rain that's going to affect anything, because that's kind of what I was talking about. And we also talked about a day and night cycle, which we also
we haven't seen that yet, but we guarantee that's going to happen because there's a bed in the game. Why else would there be a bed in the game if it's not to change the time, at least, if not the time and the weather? So
yeah, I think that's the whole purpose of that. Yeah, I think there's going to be. I think not only is there going to be weather, which we can see there is, I think there's definitely going to be a day and night cycle as well.
Half of me, now this is a bit of an outlandish one, but half of me wonders if there's a callback to the other chibi-style game, which is the remake of Link's Awakening. And the fact that you're kind of asleep in that game, that the whole point of it is like it's a dream.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. I mean, sorry, for a 25-year-old game.
Yeah, it's okay.
A part of me wonders if the bed plays a bigger role, because they've shown it a lot, and it could just be coincidence.
Well, yeah, I think they're showing it a lot because it's like the first echo you get, and they don't want to just show off all the echoes. But you're right; it could have.
Half of me wonders like if it has something to do with like time travel, or not time travel, but like going through to the bottom world and top world, whatever they're going to be called in this game.
Yeah. Like it's a dream world or something like that down there.
Yeah, I mean, possibly. I'm just kind of spitballing again here. But
I don't know, because they will talk about that in a bit, but they do show us how you get in and out. Yeah. So, well, at least in. We don't know how out.
Yeah. What weather seems to be something that's going to be in this game.
Yeah, because it looked like once Zelda got into the desert there, she stops for a second. There's a little animation of her like fanning herself. So what's that going to be? You have to wear. We'll get there. It's clothes. Clearly, you have to get a certain type of clothes so you don't get too hot, because clearly you're going to start losing health.
Yeah.
As you go through there when you're
kind of like another Zelda game.
Weird. Yeah, I've seen that in other Zelda games. I'm not sure which ones specifically.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the Oasis strip. The Oasis that we saw in the trailer.
Yeah, in the desert. Okay, again, a lot like another Zelda game I've seen recently, or two, but it looks like that little oasis area. Yeah, it's got like a little water spring thing there. It's kind of like the same thing you come up to in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom when you're headed out to the Gerudo Fortress.
Yeah, and
which I find
if you look
very
at
interesting.
If you're watching this podcast, if you look to we're screenshotted right now on the oasis that they show in the trailer at 48 seconds in, and if you look at the top right, you can see that stand where they're selling some fruit and that melon, which I would not be surprised if that melon is a hydromelon that is part of a cooking process that we'll get to later in the show because they show more about that. The car. What's car? Let's keep saying car. What is that? Is that Bazaar? The car Bazaar. Brazzer? No, but Brazzer. Is it a Brazzer or Bazaar? I always get that wrong in Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. You know what I'm talking about, Drip?
Yeah.
I think it's like
Bazaar?
The underground area that cools you down in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is clearly based off of that, right?
Yeah.
Very clearly. I mean, there's lots of stuff. That's the end conversation we're gonna have.
Yeah.
And spoiler for everybody watching now. We're gonna make a
Mrs. G's making fun of me for saying Brazzer.
That's something else. That's something else. That's something different.
Yes, it is.
No, but we're actually going to make a video for my channel here in a little bit. That's why we're not talking about Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild yet. But obviously, just so we can talk about it a little bit more, this stuff's taking after Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild a ton. All this stuff, which I love. We're gonna do a little later, mini recorded segment in the recording of this podcast to put up with Drip's episode. We've done this before. If you guys are familiar with it, we've done it before, so nothing crazy. We'll give you a quick warning, like, hey, we're about to record a video real quick for Drip's thing, but it's going to be on the podcast. Anyhow, next thing. So we talked about all the regions, Eldin, Farron. Well, hold on. Let's not jump off the regions yet.
Okay.
Because how many did we see? They only gave us 2 named regions.
I
right?
think
they got Eldin and the Farron wetlands.
Yeah.
Okay, so the wetlands area.
Well, no. We saw Jabul Waters.
Oh yeah, that's right. The waters one. That's a whole different thing too, though. That's like a whole. That's a whole. And that's crazy too. I mean, we knew there were the 2 type of Zoras there already, but like they confirmed that one is river and one is sea. Like that's so cool. That's so cool.
Obviously, we knew that, but they confirmed it, which is
yeah. I mean, it was pretty obvious, but it's just really, really cool to see both of them in one game.
Yeah.
And they even did acknowledge, like, oh, what are they fighting about?
Right.
Like, that's going to be like a whole... I'm very interested to see what all that is. That whole thing, and then you go to the mountain, like that whole side volcano. Of that mountain and stuff. Man. Yeah, that's the Eldin region, right? The volcano, the mountain.
Yep.
Kakariko Village is going to be somewhere at the bottom of that mountain.
Yes. And the Chibi Gorons.
Dude, the Gorons. We said that too. We said the Gorons. Like, we're getting them finally. And look at them.
They're so cute.
I told you before the show started. I was like, this is the first time I think I could ever say that a Goron is like the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. If we don't
look at it,
Drip, if we don't get like a whole family of amiibos from this game, like we need all of them. Like we need
Gorons, River Zora, Sea Zora. We need the
all
what are the other ones?
Champions, if you will, all 4 types of characters. Highlight. We need like you said. But then dude, the horse. We'll get to the horse. Can we just talk about the horse now? can we just talk about the horse,
dude?
Because that's what I really want to talk about.
There's horses in the game.
Oh my god, it's so fucking cute. There's a fucking horse. It's so cute.
Not only do you get a horse. There are multiple horses in this game. Multiple. Because the first one you see is brown.
Like another particular Zelda game, Drip.
Weird. There's just, So is there a stable? Can you take your horses to the stable and get them in and out like you do in that game? I don't know. But they showed a brown horse. Yeah. And then the second horse they showed was a white horse, which looks like, I may be wrong, but that looks like Zelda's horse like...
That is Zelda's horse.
It has like a nice,
I'll pause it when we get there, but that is the horse that is wearing the horse armor of Zelda.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Let me pause it here.
That's what I thought too. Okay.
That is definitely wearing, that's not just any saddle. That is like the saddle that Zelda's horse wears. Like in chibi style art form.
Yeah.
Like that's Zelda's horse.
I mean, dude,
It's so
what does
cute.
this game not have? Like, we've never had that in a 2D game.
Oh, well, speaking of things that it has, right now we just paused it right here. We're in the middle of the video here.
I see it. Yeah.
The what are they called? I wrote it down.
Oh, I don't know. It's like a smoothie stand.
No. The character, that comes back, makes its return. So it's Majora's Mask, and that character's name is Deku Sprouts.
Hey, those are the little ones. What are the big ones? The big ones are something else.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I thought
It
they
doesn't
called
matter.
Deku Sprouts.
They got a smoothie stand. And guess what you do with the smoothie stand, Geeb?
You make smoothies
With materials that you gather from around the world and you cook.
Yeah.
I believe we've seen that in a Zelda game recently.
Yeah.
Not a 2D one, but in a Zelda game recently. I think we've seen that.
We have.
I love that. So you can make smoothies and do whatever. You get different berries and different stuff. You make smoothies, and it's going to give you buffs. It's going to help you. You know, I'm guessing there's probably one you could make that you could drink to keep you cool, so you can cross the desert.
Yeah.
I'm probably guessing there's one to keep you warm.
Are you really glossing over Deku Sprouts? Like, is that not?
We're coming back. We're coming back.
Okay.
We're coming back
All
around.
Because I'm like, give them their time, man. It's been a while since they've been in a game.
We're coming back around.
All right.
Coming back around. But I'm guessing these smoothies are going to do stuff like that until you get other outfits, which I don't want to jump to that just yet. But the smoothie shop, yeah, that's cool. The one thing we do see cooking.
Yeah.
But does that mean there's going to be crafting too?
I don't know. I mean, they brought another Tears of the Kingdom feature over that we'll talk about in a minute. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring in crafting as well. I mean,
oh my God, are there going to be breakable weapons?
Oh God. Well, there's no weapons as far as we know. As far as we know, there's no weapons anyway. I mean, it's just the wand abilities. Because one thing we didn't see in this trailer drip that I'm surprised of, we didn't see another. I won't say ability because we did see an ability. We saw the bind, which we'll get to bind in a minute. But that's not another thing. Like if you look at the D-pad orientation where it shows you that.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Right on the D-pad is the wand.
Thing.
It's not an extra thing.
I'm guessing it's like it's an L and R or a ZR, ZL button, some type of thing like that. I would imagine.
In fact, I know exactly what it is. They showed it in the trailer. I noticed it earlier.
They show what button it is?
Yes, because it involves your fairy. I'm going to try to find it while I'm talking, but basically how you use this ability is with your fairy, Try. She kind of attaches herself to the whatever you're going to use bind with, and then there's like a beam of light that comes back to you, and the way that you activate it, there's a screenshot, and it shows that Try, I'm trying to find it, there we go, that Try shows up in your top right of your screen under X and Y, so you're going to press, and you're going to be able to set which button Try goes to, either X or Y.
No. I bet it goes to both. I bet one is... Because what are the abilities called? One of them is where you connect to it, then the other, you can change it, and then it connects to you. So if it's connected to you, you move it. But if you're connected to it, it moves you. I bet that's what it is. I bet that's how you switch back and forth.
Yeah, I'm not really, that's getting too deep into it. I'm not really sure. Yeah, we'll find out about that soon enough. But as far as how this works, it's Try herself. She is the ability. So I don't know.
So we're still on rod abilities there.
Yeah, we're still all on the rod.
I did notice that too. Like you said earlier, the D-pad's not filled up with anything else. I looked over to, well, here's a new ability. Where's it at on the D-pad? And it's not. So there's still 3 open spots over there. And I'm telling you, you agree with me. There's no way they're putting one thing on that D-pad and nothing else. There's no way.
There's going to be more stuff. There has to be more stuff.
Yeah, there will be. There will be. I think you're going to get your projectile shooting.
Give me a beam of light, man. Just let her swing and a beam of light happens. I just want some sort of hand-to-hand combat with Zelda. I don't want it to just be with Link because we don't know how much we're going to play with Link. We'll find out. But I'm guessing it's not very much. So
probably not because they didn't mention him at all. But let's go back to the Deku Sprouts.
Or it could be the opposite of that. It could be he's a lot involved in the game. That's why they didn't.
And they just haven't showed us yet.
Because why would they do that?
Because think about this. Too. You're right. It could be that because. Who the fuck knew about the depths before the game actually came out? Not a lot of people. I knew. Your
ass did because you told me. I was fucking mad at you for that.
You told me I could.
No. This is how that went. It went Jeep. I still tell you. I'm like, what?
No, And I said, it's
Whoa,
big,
whoa,
man.
whoa.
It's
Don't
big.
you
Do
lie
wanna
now.
know?
Listen, don't be a fucking liar, because this is exactly what happened, and you fucking know this is what happened. You came up to me 2 weeks out of the game, and you're like, Jim, I'm right. Oh my God, I got to tell somebody. I know something. Yes, that's what's happened. That is what
I didn't
happened.
tell you, though, until you told me I could.
Right. In that,
Okay.
you told me I have something to tell you. I'm like, what's it
Yeah.
about? He's like, Tears Kingdom. I don't want to know. You're like, please, I need to tell somebody. I'm like, no, please. And then
I said I wouldn't tell you.
You were being way overbearing about it. I'm like, fine, just tell me.
That's not true.
That's
That's not
exactly what happened.
That didn't happen.
You can't tell me how I was feeling.
You know what? I'm telling you right now what's happening is he's very mad that I beat him in basketball so badly.
God.
And he's taking it out on me. I don't know, man. Listen, I'm sorry. I don't remember it that way.
How do you remember it, Drip? How do you remember it?
I remember saying, hey, I did find something out that's super crazy. Do you want to know? And you were like, no, I don't want to know. I was like, okay, I'm not going to tell you, but I really want to tell you.
Oh, you good? Your audio going crazy.
I think, yeah, everything is good.
Oh, yeah, I think you had a little mini glitch over there. You sound fine, but your camera's catching up. Okay.
Okay.
So we're good. So let's move on. Quest log, not to be confused with Questlove. Quest log.
Hold on, wait, whoa. Let's go back. You wanted to go back to Sprouts.
Okay.
I do have some stuff to say about that because we saw them in the Farron wetlands.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're seeing those things around and the way that place looks, I'm guessing that is where, because we already saw this in the first trailer, the Deku tree is in the game, is in this game. I'm guessing that's probably where the Deku tree is located in this game. I'm very curious to see what role that tree plays in this game.
Yeah, I've not even.
It usually has, and it's not like it's just going to be there. You know what I mean? It's going to have some role to play. That's going to give you something or tell you something very important. It's always like that.
Yeah.
It's not been in a game where it doesn't have important information.
That's what its job is. I haven't thought.
Literally what its job is.
I haven't thought about it. I mean, that's not. Have you thought about like what the Deku tree?
No, I have no idea. I haven't had time to. Like I said, I'm still just unpacking all of this mostly this evening because I haven't had time to look at this until this evening. So I haven't watched anybody's videos on any of this stuff yet. So I don't even know anybody else's opinions on this stuff at all, which I kind of wish I did because it would give me more ideas, but I just haven't had time. Haven't had time at all. But yeah, I'm guessing that's where we're going to find the tree. And I wonder what significance that tree is going to play, especially since they're putting out a $300 Lego set for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's make this tree important. So
I want the Deku tree as an amiibo because I want everything as amiibo. Give me everything Zelda in this game.
You don't need it as an amiibo. You can get it as a Lego set for $300.
No, thank you. I want a $15 amiibo. Actually, it'd probably be like 30 because of the Deku tree. It'll be big, but I want the amiibo. And speaking of amiibos, there's a certain controller in the market, Drip, that supports amiibos that is third party, and not too many of those controllers can say that they can do that. And that's going to be from our sponsor today, MobaPad. Drip, we've both tried a bunch of third-party Joy-Cons, and I think we both can say that MobaPad M6 HDs are the best we've used. Hands down. From the mechanical buttons to the HD rumble, the amiibo support, they are not lacking a single feature. None. They have it all. And MobaPad goes another step here. They have other products. MobaPad Chai 2, a Pro Controller alternative. They have the MobaPad Nintendo Switch dock. It's a dock. MobaPad M6S, the cheaper alternative to the M6 HDs, and much more, Drip. I can't think of a single product MobaPad MobaPad makes that isn't quality.
Every single thing they make is amazing quality. I have all of them here. I use nothing but these Joy-Con now. The M6 HDs. I absolutely love them. I love the clicky face buttons. I love everything about it. All the mouse click buttons. I really, really love. They're comfortable. They sit on the Switch tight. They have HD rumble. They literally have everything and more. And guess what, Geeb?
What's that?
You know, you can get these in a bunch of different colors. White. You can get them in pink. And then you can get the faceplates too. And you can change the colors. Because if you didn't know, the faceplates come off and you can just switch these out. Guess what color they're putting out?
What color, Drip?
The one everyone's been asking for. All black. And those are coming at the end of the month. We should have them here to have a look at them on my channel. And they should be available to everybody by the end of the month. But Moped is going to be the sponsor of the podcast for a good while going forward. So we will keep you guys updated on when those are available. And yeah, thanks to Moped for sponsoring this episode of the podcast and lots more in the future.
That is correct. And quickly, I'll just say that you can enter our link down below in the description. Our link, not Nintendo's link, our link. You can find Moped's website, moped.com. Make sure to go there and get all of Moped's products right there. And again, Drip like Drip said, thank you guys for sponsoring today's episode. Thank you, Moped, for sponsoring today's episode. Drip.
No, stop. We're not going to gloss over that. I'm going to give that to you. That was one of the best segues to a sponsor I think I've ever heard in my fucking life. Okay?
Well,
that was amazing.
I blacked out. What happened?
That was. You're going to have to watch the tape.
I think I will.
Shit, man.
What did I do?
Mega Boy, no discount code yet.
Yeah, nothing yet.
I will be in contact with them tonight. We're going to get a discount code for you guys. We don't have one just yet, but we will. Go check it out. Yeah. They do have bundles on their website, though. You definitely need to go check those out. If you want the controller and the dock, you can get both of them for like $70. You can get
there's a lot of sales right now.
Yeah, you can get a deal with the M6 HDs, a pair of faceplates, and the case for a really good price. Definitely check out the website. There are really, really good deals on there. But dude, that was a great segue. That was crazy.
I really forget what I did. I don't remember.
Dude, I almost passed out. Okay, almost. It was really close.
I am the segue master. Speaking of good segues, this is a good segue to our next topic. Quest log.
No.
Quest logs.
Damn it.
Yeah, quest logs. Did we talk about that yet?
We have not. They look just like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
All of it is set up just like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, it's hard not to talk about that. We want to make a video about that at the end of this podcast, but It's crazy. It's crazy what they're doing. I'm not going to get that far into it. It's just nuts. Every little thing. Another thing that I really like this because I want to get on this for a second. We did talk about the smoothies and how they would probably give you effects to like keep you warm in the cold weather, cool you down in the hot weather. There's also going to be another thing that's going to be doing that, and it's the outfits and accessories.
Yes.
You can change your clothes in this, which I got to say I'm pretty happy about because Zelda in the beginning of the first trailer looked really cool. And then she put Link's hood on. And I'm like, dude, this is not a great look, Zelda. It's just not. It's not that great. It doesn't look that cool. But they did show some of the other outfits.
Though. It's like when your girl puts on your clothes.
I don't want
know?
hooded Zelda the whole time.
You're wearing my shirt.
Okay.
How cute.
Yeah, I
and
get
the first time she does it, it's fine. But the 1015th time she takes your clothes, and it's like you have no clothes to wear, and she's wearing your clothes, and she has a full fucking drawer of clothes as well as her closet is just chock full, and I can't wear her clothes because that'd be weird. And she's wearing my last clean
you
t-shirt.
Start using Sharpie
and I'm like,
on your tags,
can I please have some clothes to wear? You have too many. I have too little. Why are you wearing my clothes? Like that, Drip, just like that in Zelda.
Someone sounds triggered. Abby in the chat says.
Nah.
Not at all.
Nah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not about you taking over starfishing in the bed either. She gets up.
She took that photo of me when I was sleeping. That's not fair.
No, that was so funny. I was laughing my ass off. Oh my God. It was so funny. You do. You just.
I do. I mean, it's what I do. I spread out. I'm a big boy. Big boys get hot. Hot boys got to spread out, you know?
Okay. All right. I got you. That's cool. So yeah, the outfits did look cool. They did show one that looks like a Gerudo, like one of the Gerudo soldiers type of things. And then there was
Zelda wearing. Was Zelda wearing? She's an adult, right?
No, don't say that. She's not.
So yeah, Zelda's gonna look really fly in her Gerudo outfit.
Yeah, she looks cool. There's another one they showed before that, which I didn't get a good look at. Like I said, just started looking at all this stuff tonight. I didn't get a great look at it, but it looked more like a traditional sort of Princess Zelda look, which I do want. Like, cool. Yeah. You can have Link's hood and stuff. That's fine. But that's going to be like, that's literally going to be like the starter stuff you get in Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
It's not going to have any help or anything. I wonder if you can upgrade it. I wonder if you can upgrade the stuff like you can.
That's an interesting question. I honestly, dude, and again, we'll get to it in a minute. But there's a lot of parallels with Tears of the Kingdom Breath of the Wild. It's obvious. I kind of feel like why if they've gone so far with it, why wouldn't they have more? But we'll get to that in a minute. So I think having like upgradable clothes, fairy fountains. I mean, the map's big enough. There's probably gonna be fairy fountains.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll save that for the end video part too.
Yeah.
What else do we got here? Bind.
Yes, Bind.
That
Bind's
looks like
crazy.
a familiar thing we've seen
Let's
before
not
too.
talk about. Let's not talk about Bind at all. We're gonna talk about Bind during the recorded
All right,
segment.
yeah,
for
we'll
the
bring that
podcast.
back. That's fine.
Or for your video. Yeah. So we'll tabling Bind. You're gonna talk about Bind in a minute. The rifts. You want to talk about the rifts all over Hyrule Castle?
Oh yeah, there's a big one that takes over the entire castle. So I don't know if it's going to happen at the beginning of the game or if that's going to be like one of those things that like changes later on in the game. But the castle is taken completely under. It goes into one of those big rifts, so it's gone. So that means you're going to be in the castle. In what do we call it down there? What is it? Is it the depths?
We can call it the depths if you want.
Okay, the depths.
I mean, I might call it low. I think I'm still going to call it low rule actually, because that's the parallel that I can draw because it's 2D.
Well, I don't know what it is down there, but you're going to be in the castle down there, that's for sure, which is crazy. God, that's just nuts because that opens up like, okay, yeah, we know Ganon fell down in there, Link fell down in there.
Yeah.
Are they going to be at the castle? Is that who you're fighting? Do you fight Ganon at the castle in the end under the ground? Oh my God, dude! There's just so many things. Like I said, I haven't got to rip this trailer apart like I really want to, but like as we sit here and talk, like the ideas are just coming to my head. I'm getting really excited.
Let's talk about these two things in tandem. Dark versions of Bokoblins and the rifts are just like Twilight Princess.
Yeah. So in that same scene where the castle gets sucked under or whatever, when it does, like dark versions of the Bokoblins pop up. Which
like leakage from low rule.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not down there; they come up. So not only are people getting like sucked down into this, it's spitting monsters and stuff back up. Yeah. I wonder if it's going to spit up like regular. Are there regular people down there? Are we going to see like
there's
versions
people
of other people?
Well, I think that's a good point.
I'm talking about
yeah,
like that are down there. You know what I mean? If there's monsters down there, are there not regular people down there too?
Well, Drip, if you recall in the other 2D Zelda games that feature a low rule, high rule type situation, there are dark versions of the other characters
of Link and Zelda.
Yeah. So I mean, I this could get crazy, man. This could be like two Zelda, because Zelda's a playable character, like helping out. She's not like stuck in a crystal or whatever. Like we could have two Zeldas and two Links fighting all together at the same time at the end of this game.
That'd be wild.
Like, how crazy could this get? I wonder. We'll see. And then
you enter the rifts. It showed this is all the same scene right there at the end. You enter just like you do in Twilight Princess when you walk up to the Twilight and you're about to go in. Like Midna jumps in and kind of like pulls you through and you turn into the wolf. But it's the same thing. Like, what's the try? Opens up a little portal. She just goes in and you go shoo and jump in.
Yeah.
So it's the same. It's the same exact thing, which is what we said it was going to be. We talked about this the last time we talked about it. That's exactly how it's going to happen. The question is still, and that's the question we had when we were talking about it last time. Is this going to be a situation where you go down and you can't get back out until you do a certain amount of things or get to a certain position or unlock a certain thing? Is it going to be like that? Or can you just come and go as you please?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, my guess is you're going to come and go as you please, but you're not going to be ready to go into the depths or whatever until a certain point. So you're probably, once you're ready to go in, my guess is you're going to be able to come out pretty easily. So, I mean, once you're available to go down there, you're probably going to go in and out as you please. I can't imagine that there's going to be, I don't know. I just can't.
I think honestly, eventually you're going to be able to come in and out as you please. But I think this is going to end up being like more like Twilight Princess in that way, where when you first go in, you have to get the vessel of tears or whatever and fill the little the tears up, and then you take the Twilight away. I bet it's going to be something like that, where you have to go in and do something in that area first before you can even come back out. And then after that, you can come and go as you please in that area.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Do you want to do our little recorded segment here?
Yeah, I'm gonna do an intro so I can just kind of start this out. We're basically just gonna go over everything and.
Okay, you do your thing. I'm here for the ride.
All right. I lost my train of thought. I wasn't ready. Okay, Geeb. We've been talking about this game for the majority of this podcast, and
Yes.
there's something we have kind of tiptoed around the entire time. We haven't really said it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. This is very, very clearly a 2D version of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. It's
Yes.
very clear that's what they're doing here. First thing I want to ask you is, how do you feel about that? Is that something you like, or is that something you dislike?
Two parts to it. Majority, I love it. I love the fact that they're taking all of these amazing parts of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and just mashing them up into a chibi art style 2D Zelda game. I just think it's super cool. It's super cute as well. These characters are so cute, and everything inside the game looks really well put together and polished. I absolutely love these Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild aspects thrown into this open world 2D Zelda game. Really is what it is. Not that the other 2D games aren't open world. You can make arguments that they are, but for the purpose of this, it's really the first open world Zelda game in terms of 2D. I also don't love it though at the same time, because I kind of wish they would have done some other type of thing for 2D Zelda, because in the way it's always worked is 3D Zelda's had its thing and 2D Zelda does its own thing. And now I feel like they're kind of mashing that together, which again, I don't hate it. I actually love it, but I love it, but I don't love it. I love it, but I don't love it. You know, I'm like,
Okay.
I kind of wish they would have gone completely in a different direction. A part of me, I should say, thinks that they should have gone in a complete different direction instead of just kind of copying what 3D already does.
Okay. I see what you're saying there. That actually kind of brings me to what I want to talk about next. This is a very interesting time in Zelda, like in general, for one reason, and it's what you just said. They're doing the same thing now in the 2D games that they're doing in the 3D games, which you know, that's fine, whatever. But what's wild is all the stuff that they're doing in the 3D games is new to Zelda.
Yes.
Like it's got the same old formula, but this is new. This open world, you know, cooking, having the abilities that you have. They're bringing a lot of those same abilities over. They're taking. They've done it already. They took the 3D Zelda and made it into something completely different, but the same sort of.
Yeah.
Made it better, expanded upon it.
You could say that it's very same, but it's
same,
different.
but different. Same, but different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very same, but very different. But they're doing the same thing with the 2Ds. It's funny because they're taking both of these two different types of Zeldas that used to be pretty different as far as, you know, the way that you played them, and kind of moving them both towards the same general concept, which is just sandbox, which I don't hate. I mean, I do want 2D Zeldas, and I'm interested to see how this is going to play out, if it's really going to be open world, the way that we've seen them do with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, because they are definitely pulling from those games. And I'm going to go over a few things right here that we've already talked about in the podcast. But one, the regions are named some of the same things they're named in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. We got the Elden region. We have Gorons now.
Yep.
Gorons
Chibi
in
Gorons,
2D.
so cute.
Look at them. Oh my God, they're cute. They're so cute. Kakariko Village is right under the mountain. That's a Ocarina of Time type thing. I mean, the quest logs look the same. The way that the menus are set up looks the same. The waypoints. We didn't talk about the waypoints.
Yeah,
that's something we
waypoints.
talked about last time we talked about this. That we were like, those things right there. That's fast travel.
Yep.
That's fast travel.
That's exactly what
For
it
sure.
is.
We're right about that. There's horses in this game. Not only do you get a horse, you don't just get a horse. You clearly get more than one horse. They showed us two different horses, and Zelda riding both of them.
Yeah.
So does that mean there's going to be stables like there are?
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Stables.
Yeah,
Oh,
stables.
There's got to be
Like,
stables,
are you gonna
right?
be able to? How many horses are you going to be able to get? Are they going to be wild? Are they going to what are we going to do with this? It's very exciting to see all this come together. There's so much more, and I'm gonna run down a few of these real quick, and I want to get your opinion on some of this. The horses, the smoothie shop. We are getting cooking. We know that.
Yeah.
Also from those games. Outfits, accessories, those are going to help with different weather and different environments, same as the other games. One thing we didn't talk about, we haven't talked about in this podcast yet, is bind.
Yes.
Now, this is basically the ability to, it's Ultra Hand, right? It's basically Ultra Hand from Tears of the Kingdom or Magnesis from Breath of the Wild. You can pull chests out of the ground. You can move things. You can attach this is different. You can attach yourself to things, which is cool.
Yes, that's very cool.
How are you feeling about this? How are you feeling about bind in general being in this 2D game?
I love Bind. I think it's a great addition. I think it's a really creative way to kind of solve puzzles in and around the area, traversing the land. I'm sure in dungeons, which that's something we didn't talk about in the show either.
Oh, yeah. We haven't really seen a dungeon yet. We may have. We don't know. We don't know what those rooms are. But
right. But like, again, if we're taking from Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, dungeons are not a huge part of those games. There are dungeons, but as we all know, they're not exactly the dungeons we used to love in the old Zelda games. So
that's scary.
So like in 2D Zelda, that dungeons are the game. Like that is the game in 2D Zelda. So now that there's all these 3D open world features in 2D Zelda, are they going to take also that aspect of it and really make dungeons a kind of downer point of the game? Like,
that's scary.
They're there, but they're not quite. You just got to use sticky hand the entire time and you're fixed. The dungeon's complete. You know, are we going to get those brain busting puzzles? Are we going to get those, Trip?
I hope, because I mean, listen, and we've talked about this several times, but Tears of the Kingdom did better than Breath of the Wild did with dungeons. Still not what I want.
Yep.
Very close. Two of them were what I wanted.
Super close.
Yeah. Just so close. Almost. Don't take dungeons away from us, please. Not in 2D. You got to leave that. You cannot take that away from us in this. I don't think they will. I think that's still going to be probably the general way you go around, get your items, because they said they're items.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are getting stuff like that, accessories and outfits. So we're not getting just breakable weapons that you can just find anywhere, probably.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get this stuff that you need. And dungeons are the place to do that. So I feel like they're not going to take them away from us here. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But I mean, I don't know. It's wild. It's wild to look at this and see what they've done with Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, now unexpectedly moving all that to 2D. I mean, it's exciting. It's very exciting to see them implement this stuff, and I don't even think we've seen all of it yet. As we talked about earlier, there's still 3 places on the D-pad, and bind doesn't even take up one of those places. It's a whole nother ability on a different thing. There's no way they're going to give us one thing on the side of that D-pad and not fill the other parts up with something. So we're getting more.
Yeah.
I have a feeling around this time next month, we're getting another trailer. A little bit before the game comes out, we'll probably see Link. We'll probably see the rest of the basic abilities. And then we're going to be playing this thing, man. I'm excited.
Super excited. How you gonna end this trip?
I don't know.
I kind of figured. I figured you'd do
I'm
it.
gonna end it by saying this is the end right now.
I figured
it's a good conversation.
I figured you'd record your own beginning and end.
Yeah. I can probably pop in right there. That's probably good.
Yeah.
Zelda using a hook shot. Ooh. Yes. Give me a hook shot. She needs a hook shot. No, claw shot. Double claw shot.
Well, I think we can confirm that there is no hook shot because we have sticky hand. I mean, that kind of takes up that kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could use because that's the cool thing about it. Like I said, like they give you this general tool, and they've made the physics kind of like open ended. So it's like you see her attach herself to a spider that climbs up. Like the spider's just going to climb up the wall, even though you're connected.
Yeah.
Or you can connect it to a bird and wait till it takes off, and you're flying with the bird. So yeah, you're right. You're probably right. We're probably not going to see anything like a hook shot because. I mean, they've just made everything so open-ended, sandbox style. You can just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy to see, like we saw with Tears of the Kingdom, people just building crazy shit. And they did it in Breath of the Wild a little bit, too. I feel like this is going to be one of those things where we just see people do some really creative stuff, how to move around the map and, like, different things that they're using to solve puzzles. Because it's going to be that, again. It's going to be... Yeah. Look at all this stuff we have. Here's a puzzle. There's who knows how many ways to solve it. Have fun.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what people are going to be able to come up with, just like they came up with interesting things in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to see what they do in this 2D Zelda game that, like, is, we don't know buildings in there yet, like, but, like, come on, like, it might be, like, I don't know about building.
Like crafting.
And man, there could be some really interesting things that people are going to be able to do with this that never have been done before in a 2D Zelda game. In 3D, yes, but now we're going to see the 2D version of that in Echoes of Wisdom. So that's really interesting.
It's going to be, I'm excited.
And I can't stress enough, Drip. I can't stress enough. Fucking horses, dude. Like, that's what made me click on this thing. And they knew that that's what people wanted to see. They put that right in their thumbnail, like on the tweet. They put that right front and center, the horses. Like, God, they're cute, man.
They're
are.
So everything in this game is. Look at it. Look at this game.
I know that people
fucking adorable. Look at it.
There are certain people that don't love the chibi art style, and that's okay. You know, we all have our tastes. You know, some people like fish eggs, and I don't. You know, everyone's got their taste of what they like, what they don't like. But you have to admit, it's fucking cute. I mean, like, for the merch, alone,
and it's fine.
The amiibo, it's gonna be fucking cute.
You're right. It is. Hate the fucking art style. Who cares? Hate it. Doesn't matter. Look at the fucking game. Look at the game. Look what's in this game. It doesn't matter what art style this is. This is going to be incredible.
It's beautiful. I mean, like, just imagine this game running on the Switch 2 with, like, ray tracing and, like, really clean.
I don't even
really
care
clean
about
line.
that.
No, I'm saying, like it looks great as it is, but just imagine how good that art style will look when it's cleaned up and polished on a Switch 2 that can actually run it well. Like, just imagine.
Well, with the size of the map too, that's definitely a concern for the Switch. Mm-hmm. Are we gonna have Link's Awakening problems where every time you switch to a new
frame
screen,
rates?
you're getting
So
frame rate
I don't
issues?
think we're getting switching. I think it's going to be a smooth transition all throughout the whole thing. I think the camera's going to follow you.
It's just going to be building as it comes close.
Yeah, it's cool. It's going to be building before you get into it's going to be built.
Right,
yeah, you're not going to see the building happening, and if you do,
well, obviously, really yes. I'm just saying. I think that's what they tried to do with Link's Awakening. It just didn't work.
Yeah, But I actually did notice a couple times in the trailer, this new trailer and the old trailer, a couple times where there were some frame rate dips.
Really?
Yeah. If you
I haven't even got to look into it that hard.
If you look for it, you can find them. Maybe it was internet lag. That's possible too. That like it just got the video buffered or something. Like that's also possible. But like, and it's not like egregious. I don't want to sound like I'm trashing it because there was a couple times where I saw it and I didn't even know if I saw it or not. Like that's how minuscule it was. And I think they're doing a really good job of hiding it if there are some issues. But I think we saw, like, last time we saw this game was just a few minutes, really. But this is like 5 solid minutes of real gameplay.
Yeah.
And we saw some stuff, I did at least. There were some times where it stuttered a little bit, where the frame rate dropped. I think this game is not going to live at 60. I think it will, like, be at 60 and suddenly it'll be like 47. And, like, you're not really going to know the difference because it's still, like, really high. But there's a couple, like, it gets jittery at some point. Not jittery in a bad way.
I bet this game's not going to be 60.
No, it is 60. It is absolutely. It is. You look at the trailer, it's 60. But what I'm saying is there will be times.
Mean shit.
There will be times where
itself might not be though.
I
mean, they show us games and they show us games in 4K, and the Switch doesn't even do 4K.
Nintendo doesn't do variable frame rate games. They either do 30 or they do 60. They don't do anything in between. So it's going to be 60. This is because it is running at 60 for a majority of the time in the trailers. It will be a 60 FPS game. Don't get me. Don't mistake that. What I'm saying is. It's going to drop. I don't know if it's going to have the exact issues, maybe some slightly different issues now that it's a different style game than Link's Awakening. But there's going to be issues. There's no doubt in my mind. It's the Switch. It's going to have some issues. People are going to run with it. People are going to cause havoc with the lower frame rates, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's going to look beautiful.
I agree. It's going to be good. I'm excited.
Well, Drip, next week, are we going to remember to give away $50 eShop gift card to a winner?
Hell yeah, we are.
Let us know on social media. Just spam us for the next 7 days to not forget about this. And that actually all we're doing is helping out the people who have not entered yet. So if you have not entered in our giveaway, all you got to do is go to Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star review. You don't even need an iPhone to do it. I am able to do it on computer with some finagling. So if you just know how to finagle a little bit, if you don't have an iPhone, you can do it. But yeah, please on Apple Podcasts. And if you don't leave it on Apple Podcasts, that's okay. Leave it anywhere. You just won't be entered. Sorry about that. But just leave us a 5-star review. It really helps us out. There's that one asshole who left a 1-star because he's a dick.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
But other than that, Yeah, please leave us a 5-star review. You can enter to win a $50 eShop gift card. Drip, where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/dripmediagaming.
Sometimes.
All the other ones don't matter. Yeah, sometimes. Not in the last 2 weeks. I haven't been there. But
you posted
hey, we're back.
You
Got one out
posted
today.
You posted a video today, and I was like, oh, he finally posted that video that he recorded.
No, I still have that one too.
And you posted this video today. I'm like, wait, that's my edit. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's that video that you didn't.
Yes.
But you did post it, but you retracted it for whatever reason.
Well, it wasn't the right time. Now it's Zelda time, so it's a Zelda video. So I threw it up. It's the perfect time.
Also, thumbnail.
We'll have the
thumbnail
was cool, right?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I loved it.
Thought so too. So we'll have this one probably later this week that we did tonight, and then next week I'll probably do that other controller one, and then we'll just see where we're at that point.
Yeah. All right, Drip. Me. You can find me on Twitch. I'm going to be live again on Twitch tomorrow evening with Mrs. Geeb for Mrs. Geeb Monday on a Wednesday. It's my hiatus is over. Vacation is over. We're getting back at it. We were supposed to do it last night, but actually secretly Mrs. Geeb and I were computer shopping. Now we didn't buy anything. But she needs a new.
You guys looking at MacBooks?
Yeah, we went to the Apple store to check it out. And can I just say,
did you check out the iPad Pro?
Yes, they are balls expensive. Like
yes, they are.
Like
They are very
like you can
expensive.
get a more powerful MacBook Air, right? Than the Pro iPad. The MacBooks are more capable, more powerful, but they're like $500 cheaper when you incorporate the price of the keyboard. The keyboards, by the way, are fucking awesome. They're magnetic. They're strong. They're great keyboards for the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
They are $300. They are $300 on their own.
Yeah, that's why I don't have one.
And the iPads are the same price as the computers without the keyboard. And then you add the keyboard, $300. You add the pencil, another $100. Add something else you want, AirPods, whatever. It's fucking expensive.
That's expensive.
More of the story is we didn't buy a computer because we can't fucking afford that. So we're probably gonna end up getting her from Walmart. They now sell the M1s brand new at Walmart. They're the
really?
They're the official retailer. Walmart's now the official retailer of the M1s, which they didn't tell me at the Apple Store. And I was gonna say this. No offense if you work at the Apple Store. I'm sure you got a hard job, whatever. But listen, that person I spoke to was the most useless Apple Store person. And maybe it's just maybe it's the.
They're usually really good.
Okay, I'm also very knowledgeable, so I'm not there's nothing they can tell me I don't really know, so that's probably part of the issue. But
Ron Swanson in the hardware store.
Yeah,
I know more than you.
Yeah, the problem though is like I think might be the fact that these products don't make any. There's no difference. Like if you look at the M3, the M2 MacBooks, I mean, dude. There's no fucking difference. Like
dude,
she was struggling.
Point, like the M1 is just fine. This is after show stuff. This is after show.
Yeah, I know.
Stuff.
I'm just complaining about the App Store. I'm going to complain more about the App Store in the after show.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
We're going to wrap this up, and we're going to see you guys next week. Don't forget to enter our contest, the 5-star giveaway, 5-star Apple Podcast.
We're giving away 5 stars.
Give it away 5 stars.
5 stars.
Follow me on Twitter or on Twitch, actually on Twitter too. But I botched the outro.
You're blowing it.
I'm blowing it. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.